What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tommy's Kitchen. And today we're going to be making my number one all-time favorite snack, and that is pretzels. I've been wanting to make a recipe for pretzels for such a long time now, but every time I would do some research, everything would have such a long process of making these pretzels. But the one I'm about to show you guys today is very simple. It should only be about an hour and a half of cooking time. So alrighty guys, let's head over to the ingredients table and I'll show you guys what you're going to be needing to use. Alrighty guys, this is what you're going to be needing to use. You're going to be needing some salt and sugar, some egg and some water, some melted butter even though it's not melted yet, some baking powder, some vegetable oil, some water, a little paintbrush thingy, some dry yeast, measuring cups, some flour, a KitchenAid mixing thing. I can never remember the exact name. You don't have to use this. You can use your own hands if you want. Not your hands like a spoon, but it's going to take a lot longer. So that's why we're using this bad boy today. A cup, and then we're going to be needing some 2 cooking sheets with parchment paper, and we're going to be needing some water that we're going to come to a boil, and we're going to mix that with our baking soda or baking powder. We'll get to that. I'll show you guys what to do with this once we get to that. So, to make it easier for you guys to follow along with me, I'm going to put up a screenshot of the exact measurements of what you're going to be needing. So I'll put that up now. So alrighty, so now that you guys know your measurements, you can get your stuff pre-ready like I have, and you can follow along with me. So, let's get started. Alrighty guys, so now we're ready to go. The first thing what we're going to want to do is, you're going to want to add your warm water. So you want that to be around 100, 110 degrees. So you want to add in our water to our mixer. And we're done with that. And then now, you're going to want to add your salt and sugar mix. So you want to add that in there. And so then the next thing we're going to want to do after that is, you want to add your 1 packet of dry yeast, and once you want it in there, you want your yeast to activate. So then you're going to want to let it sit in there for about 5 minutes. A scissor to open this thing up. Okay, so now we just let it sit there for about 5 minutes. And then we'll move on to the next step. Alrighty guys, so now that our yeast is activated, I wish I could move the camera so you can see it, but it's just me filming today. But if you're following along with me, you can definitely tell that our yeast is activated. It's different looking than when you first put it in. So now what you want to do is put on your thing, lock it, so it's all nice and tight. Turn it on low. So then now you want to start adding your flour. You're going to want 4 to 5 cups, 4.5 to 5 cups. And our flour in here. You can also add in your melted butter. Okay guys, so now that our dough has come together, you're going to want to put it onto medium. And then you're going to want to put it on medium, and then you're going to want to let that go for about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay guys, so now while this is going for your 5 to 7 minutes, we're going to want to get our bowl nice and ready, because when you take your dough out, you don't want it to get, stick to our bowl, because you got to let it sit and rise for about an hour. And that's what I was talking about, the longiness part. You have to let this sit for an hour. So this is really the longest part. So what you want to do is you just want to take your little paintbrush thingy and your vegetable oil. You just want to wipe this all down so it doesn't stick anywhere. So now I'll report back after 5 to 7 minutes is up, and then we'll move on to our next step. Alrighty guys, so now it's been about 4-ish minutes. It actually went a lot faster than what I would have thought. So now you want to unlock it, and you're just going to want to take it off. It shouldn't be too sticky. So now you kind of want to just get it into a ball. move it up a little closer to you guys. It looked good. It's like a big snowball, a ball of dough. Okay, so now that it's a ball, we put it in our thing, and then in our bowl. So then you want to take your oil again, and then you're going to want to do the dough. You want to get the dough wiped down too, so the dough doesn't, get hard and sticky or whatever. So now that that's all ready to go, so then now what you want to do next is you're going to want to cover it up, put it into a nice dark place, and let it rise for about an hour. So I'm going to take some of this cling wrap, and I'm not very good at taking this stuff out. See what I mean? So alrighty guys, we improvised. We just put the top on instead. So now I'm going to put it into my microwave. And don't make the mistake of turning on your microwave. So now we're going to leave that in there for about an hour. And then when our hour is up, it should double in size. And once that's done, we'll move on to our next step. Alrighty guys, so now that it's been an hour, you're going to want to turn on your oven and preheat it to 450 degrees. And then you're going to want to take your baking soda with your water, your pan water. And you're just going to just pour that stuff in there. And then you're going to want to turn on your stove to halfway. And you're going to want to let that come to a boil, and I'll explain what we're going to do with that once we get to it, so you have all that stuff working. But before we take our pretzels out, we're going to want to oil up or vegetable oil up our parchment paper for the cooking things. I can't think of the word. You can use the vegetable oil that you used before, or you can use some sort of non-stick spray. Okay, so now let's take out our dough and see how good it looks. Man, oh man, look how much bigger it got. So now you're going to want to take it out, get your surface ready here. Okay, so now what you want to do now is you're going to want to cut it in half. Mom's going to kill me when she sees this. Okay, so now you're going to want to do this part somewhat fast because you don't have a lot of time. Now you're just going to want to roll it out to about, I think, 30 inches or so. And now the mess begins. You're going to want to kind of even, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not professionals here. We're just doing this for fun. So then now you're going to want to make a U shape, twist, and then pinch together. And then bam, here's your pretzel. Pretty cool, right? You know, it's not the best looking pretzel. I'm no artist by no means at all. But it looks pretty cool. So now you're just going to want to keep doing this for the rest of your pretzels. And then after that, we'll move on to the next step. Alrighty guys, so as you can see here, our water is boiling with our baking soda. So now we're going to take each pretzel for we're going to do this one at a time, and it's going to sit in the water for 30 seconds. It's like a science type thing. We had to do it. Here you go. Go.
You did 30 minutes, not 30 seconds.
Oh. Okay, so now that 30 seconds is up, I want to take that one out. And then you're just going to want to keep doing that for the rest of your pretzels. And then once you're done with that, we'll pick things back up. Alrighty guys, so now that we've done our little science boiling part thing, so now what you want to do is you want to take your egg water mix, and then you're just going to want to just wipe it on your pretzels. That's simple. Okay, so now that that's done, all you're going to want to do now is you're just going to take your salt, your kosher salt, and start salting your pretzels. Okay, so now that our pretzels are nice and salted and your oven is preheated to 450 degrees, you're going to want to put it in your oven to 10 to 12 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. Alrighty guys, as you can see, our pretzels are done. Look at that, they look freaking so good. I haven't tried them yet, so one of my first taste tests to be on video. I got one right here. You rip it off. They are very, very good. A little oily on the bottom. That was just from the parchment paper. Next time I'll use some sort of spray on oil instead of actual oil. Other than that, it's freaking so good. So that is how you make pretzels in your own home. So that wraps up today's episode of Tommy's Kitchen. If you liked this video, please make sure to smash that like button. And if you want to see more videos like these, please consider subscribing. Alrighty guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!